Hello everybody, Treno here, and today we're going to take our first look at the Object 292 Soviet tank, which is the main prize of the Call of the Dragon event. And this is coming in at rank 7, battle rating 10.0. Now, the main feature of this tank is its 152mm gun. It's an LP-83 cannon, doesn't come with any other armament unfortunately, and it fires 2 shells, an APFS DS round and a HE shell. So the HE shell has 61mm penetration, and the APFS DS round has 687mm penetration at 500 meters. By comparison, the top tier Leopard 2 A7V only has 640mm penetration at 500 meters. So this is going to be a very powerful weapon, and it's got an auto-loader which allows it to reload in 10 seconds. It's got a 2-plane gun stabiliser and a targeting speed in the horizontal of 14 degrees a second and 1.9 degrees a second in the vertical. And it's got a depression of -5 to +15 degrees. And of course, it comes with a laser rangefinder, which does make long-range shooting very easy. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with any thermals, only comes with night vision devices for the gunner, tank commander and driver. And it can be equipped with a dozer blade if you want to try and entrench yourself. And it can produce some smoke to provide concealment from enemies. Now, moving on to the armour, we were told this was going to be weak to 105mm guns in the dev blog, but as you can see, it does still retain its composite armour, even if the ERA armour is gone. Of course, there's no ERA here, and up here it's just structural steel blocks. In the protection analysis, I did check with the Leopard 2 AV, and yeah, the 105mm guns would struggle. You can see there's lots of green here, especially around this weak spot of the turret top, but when you actually aim at these areas, they can't be penetrated. The lower hull is a bit of a weak spot, and of course that was with a Heat FS shell. With the APFS DS shells, again, it's a little bit more vulnerable, but still not exactly easy to penetrate, especially around the hull. And then if we move to the Leopard 2K, which has a 120mm gun, by moving to the 120mm gun, the Heat FS shells are now a lot more able to damage the tank, although again, not exactly a guaranteed kill around the hull, and there are still lots of spots you can't penetrate it in. But the top tier APFS DS round will still struggle, much like with the 105mm gun. So this is a lot more well protected than I thought it would be, and the roof armour is about 45mm. The sides and rear are pretty easy to penetrate, so you're definitely going to be wanting to flank this tank. You can see it's still got its composite armour, and it's got a 30mm RHA armour plate here around the ammo. And moving on to the speed, it's got 973 horsepower gas turbine engine, and it's got a top speed in going forward of 42 miles per hour on 9 gears and 6.7 miles per hour in reverse on 1 gear. And then you've got your crew of 3, your gunner and commander in the turret, and your driver down here in the hull. And the gunner's got optics with a zoom of 3.9 to 9 times zoom, and the commander has 5 times zoom in his optics. So we're going to take this out for a quick test drive just to see how it performs. Right, so I've spawned in, going to test out the laser rangefinder, and we're going to aim at the MBT-70. I've done this before, managed to one-shot it. Let's see if we can repeat that. Yeah, managed to repeat that. Then we're aim for the Abrams over here. Again, we'll use the laser rangefinder. Try and aim for the lower hull, or between the turret and the hull. Okay, slightly bounced, but we managed to take out the cannon barrel. See if we can get it between the turret and the hull, which I have done a few times in previous tests. Yeah, done much the same there. There's a Leopard over there. Is that a Leopard? See if we could get a quick shot on it from here. And yep, that is a one-shot kill. So we're going to try and take this up to speed, see how the stabiliser performs, and we'll test out the HE shell as well. And firing the main gun while going forward does slow you down significantly, so when we get to about 27 miles an hour, okay, it didn't slow down as much as I thought it would. Well, in previous tests, when going at full speed, it slowed me down about 5 miles per hour. Test out the HE shell in just a second. There we go. Maybe it's just when firing the HE shell, because that is what I did the previous tests on. So you can see we're accelerating pretty quickly. We're up to 35 miles an hour. Yeah, it did slow us down about 5 miles per hour when firing the main gun, so do bear that in mind when you're doing on the move shooting. Take one more shot. Only managed to take out the tracks on that. vehicle, but again, we're only using the HE shells. And here is the driver's view. There's the commander's view. It's a bit slow turning. We have got our smoke generating system there. We're at 42 miles an hour. We'll test out the braking. So it takes a little while to slow down, but that is to be expected. And we'll just test out the entrenching very, very quickly. Yep, works pretty much as to be expected. And does slow you down significantly, so we're only making a top speed of about 4 miles per hour while doing this. And according to the main menu, it does come with an infrared spotlight, so again, that might be useful in night battles, might not be, depending on your preferences there. So we'll quickly go back to the main menu. And so that is the Object 292, and yeah, this seems a very good tank. I could see the battle rating being raised a little bit, because I could see some tanks definitely struggling against this vehicle. I mean, it can basically one-shot anything it goes against, while some of the lower tier tanks or lower ranked tanks that it might go up against in a down tier will have a lot of trouble dealing with it from the front. Flanking attacks will deal with it very easily, but yeah, this is a very mobile, very well protected from the front tank, and that gun is just absolutely lethal. The only downside, of course, is it only has a 3-man crew, so losing even one person will obviously dramatically worsen the efficiency of this tank, but I think it will be a very good prize for the event. I won't be grinding for it myself, just too busy at the moment. But good luck to those of you who will be going for it, and I think you will probably have a lot of fun with it. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll join me for the next one. I've been Terreno, and I'll see you next time.